Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football Fan View, and we are back with another video. Actually, today we want to discuss, as you can see on the thumbnail, we want to discuss transfers and transfers rumor generally. So we just want to look at some of the things that is happening in the transfer market, and let's speak together. We'll speak about other teams, speak about Arsenal, but majorly I want to speak about Victor Osimhen coming to the do more linking Victor Osimhen to as Arsenal. And do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Please keep supporting the channel and help us to subscribe. And before I go into that, I would just like to inform us that subsequently, as the season goes by, we're going to try our best to make sure, in the aspect of trying to give you more content, we're going to be going out there in the course of the season. We're going to be going out there and we're going to interview football fans, get their opinions after matches. We're going to make that available for you on this channel. So you're going to actually go into the streets of Ekiti, where I am right now, and we are going to, hear the opinions of people about the game and immediately after the game. So that is what we're going to have we have that coming up in a sense. And then the first of its kind is going to be taking place on Saturday. That is the match against Manchester City and Manchester United. So it's going to be a derby game. It's going to be on Saturday, 5 p.m. So stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Please share. Thank you so much. So like we've said, today we want to talk about the transfer rumor, linking Victor Osimhen to, Arsenal. Now, personally, I've said this before in one of my previous videos. I said, I noticed that people, especially, football fans generally disrespect Osimhen. And the disrespect is actually much, in the sense that I feel like we do not appreciate what this guy has achieved, so far. We tend to look down on him. Maybe why? Maybe because he's an African, and probably maybe because an African player has not actually achieved, something. We've not actually gone that high when it comes to, football, as in maybe the football player, like the Abedi Pele, the football greats. Then maybe because we feel like apart from George Weah, we don't actually have anyone who actually has gone, that maybe to that extent. So we kind of always believe that Africa cannot go to that extent. Maybe an African player cannot actually achieve that height. And that's what is happening in the case of Victor Osimhen, because I feel this disrespect is much. And we noticed the issue going on with Victor Osimhen. He wants to leave Napoli. He wants to go to a new club. And probably, I'm guessing that the clause on his contract, which is about close to 112, this clause is making it very difficult for people to actually get involved in that transfer. Osimhen is a very good striker, so there's no point about that. There's no argument about that. There's no special argument about that, because basically he has proven himself. For me, he has proven himself, and I'm one of the people that believes in Osimhen. But one thing I've always seen, and one thing I've always noticed concerning people, is the way they speak about Osimhen. The way there's a special way they kind of speak about Osimhen that I personally don't like, in the sense that I don't understand how you look at an Osimhen and then you feel like he's not technical enough. I think that is the grammar that everybody is always using. Like, they say, Osimhen is not technical enough. So if we have a Eucharist, or maybe, in fact, the disrespect, somebody comparing, I see people comparing Victor Osimhen to Eucharist, and I see people comparing Victor Osimhen to this other guy that's this guy in Live's Green. I can't remember, the one that signed the new contract. This is just a disrespect. What has these guys achieved? Victor Eucharist has actually played just one season. One season. He has just one season in top flight football. Yes, he played in the championship and he did very well in the championship, and suddenly he moved to Sporting, and suddenly he's better than Victor Osimhen, who has been playing, who moves from Wolfsburg, to Lille, and from Lille he went up to to Napoli and he tore it apart over there. He was actually scoring goals over there. And then I see people comparing him and say, Osimhen is not technical enough. Well, if people out there would actually say he's not technical enough, well, that's your point. That's your opinion. You can feel everybody is entitled to their opinion. But for me, personally, I feel Osimhen is being disrespected. And when I mean disrespected, I mean disrespected in a very big way. Yes, personally, I feel Osimhen is being disrespected in a very big way. And this, honestly, should not be. What do I say? I believe this exactly should not be. Because I can't imagine yourself, comparing a Victor Osimhen, to these guys who just started playing their traits. They started just playing their games. They broke into limelight or something like that. In fact, Gyökeres is maybe probably 27. Yes, I don't know what am I saying. Maybe Gyökeres maybe in his 22. I can't even remember. I think I need to confirm that. But what am I trying to point out is that I feel it's a disrespect comparing Gyökeres and Victor Osimhen, because basically I don't think this guy is compared at all in any way to Victor Osimhen. Well, that's my own opinion. If you have a contrary opinion, I think you should leave it in the comment section, because if you feel Gyökeres or what is his name is better than Victor Osimhen right now, I don't know. I stand to actually be corrected in that particular instance. I actually stand to be corrected. But that even aside, I want to look at a situation whereby Victor Osimhen personally, if he signs for Arsenal, what does he bring to Arsenal? That's what I want to look at. If Victor Osimhen signs for Arsenal, what does he bring into Arsenal? I think that is the first thing I want to look into. Now, Osimhen plays in Napoli, and for Napoli, I think they are very. I think it is the left hand side that is very, very potent. I think the left hand side, the guy on the left hand side, the Georgian guy on the left hand side, is the only one supplying him with the outlet, and he combined well with them and scored that number of goals that actually led Osimhen led Napoli in winning that particular league that year. But now I see him coming into a place like Arsenal, where you have Martinelli running down the left wing and Saka running down the right wing. These players are players that actually tear things apart in their own in their own way. They actually get things done. Like, they know how to get things done. All they need is this perfect guy who is able to put the ball at the back of the net. So having Saka run by the right hand side and Martinelli by the left hand side, I believe in fact, I stand to be corrected that Osimhen will drop. I've said it before and I'm repeating again. Osimhen will drop not less than 25 goals if he's playing up front for Arsenal. And that is one thing I feel we should know today. So when I see all this disrespect on Gyökeres, who has played in the Championship, who has done it in Sporting, I tell you that in fact, comparing them is a nice. I feel it's a very big disrespect on the caliber of Victor Osimhen. Now, what it does is that now Arsenal would be able to play up. His hold-up play is very good. He knows how to play with his teammates, and he has that power, and he can put that ball at the back of the net. People complain about injury crisis. Yes, Osimhen has injuries, but boy, that injury, everything is a risk in life. I'm sure Osimhen, if properly managed, will play. Osimhen cannot be as injured as Gabriel Jesus or Zinchenko. We actually play with these guys. Osimhen is not as injured as Thomas Partey. We actually play these guys. These guys, we have them in our team, and they are currently playing. So if we manage him well, this issue of injury or no injury, I don't see the reason why we should be holding on to that. But that is that on him, because but personally, I just feel this disrespect on Victor Osimhen should actually stop. For me, that is my own opinion concerning Victor Osimhen. I think if Victor Osimhen comes to us now, he definitely will cook. he definitely will cook. And that is my own opinion concerning Victor Osimhen. I want Arsenal to sign Victor Osimhen. I expect us to do the deal. I know we are trying to buy our time, and I have this sense, and I kind of feel this sense that we are likely to move for him in the window, as in late in the window, because I believe there is a lot to the Arsenal is just holding on in a race to get or to push the price down. And I'm very sure towards the end of the transfer window, I believe that somehow we will get a striker. Now, moving to other club, I think enough of Arsenal. Let's move into other club. I think one of the trending news today is the fact that Julian Alvarez is moving to Atletico Madrid. Yeah, I think there are still other things that the deal needs to be final. There's some part of the deals that needs to be finalized. And as far as I can read now, I can see Julian. In fact, I think it has been confirmed. I don't know if it has been confirmed. Somebody showed me, said Man City signed Julian Alvarez for less than £18 million, in 2022 in 2 years, and he has won almost everything, and he's moving to Atletico Madrid. Now, I was speaking to a friend of mine who said the transfer fee is kind of much. Apostle Palito, he said the transfer is much. But for me, I feel a good player that is in a team that is playing well will automatically cost a lot of money, because basically Man City doesn't want to, lose this guy in the first place. So since they don't want to actually lose this guy, they don't want to sell him. So I don't see the reason why he was going to. So they will probably make the money. And to be honest, there is no way you can have an. To be honest, it's the best move for him. He has to leave that City, because basically I still don't know how Guardiola is able to keep all his players, happy and continue to win game. Fair play to him. He does it well. But Alvarez to Atletico Madrid, I think it's almost done. If it's not, they're not even confirmed. As far as I can check, I'm trying to see if it has been confirmed. It has not been confirmed yet, but I can see ESPN saying here that Manchester City and Atletico Madrid have agreed a deal for the striker Julian Alvarez. That's what the source told ESPN. And then the La Liga side are set to pay up to 95 million euros, and that is $104 million for the Argentinian striker. And so that will mean that Atletico will take Julian Alvarez this season. Now, it takes me back to the point of what I was, working into. Now that Man City is selling players, do you still think Man City will be able to win this league? I don't know. They kind of find their way always, to put things together. Guardiola find a way to put things together and will make it. You see, as Alan is trying to keep Kevin De Bruyne. Do you still think that team will still be able to win the league? And you see, if he wins the league, in fact, personally, I feel if he wins the league, it's a slap on the faces of all the other clubs that are in the Premier League, because basically this team is getting weak. Nobody can tell me this team is as strong as it used to be. But why is it so difficult for us to actually, get this particular team, overtake them, and actually win this league from them? And those are the next. The thing that worries me. So for me, Julian Alvarez leaving Manchester City simply means this team has gotten weaker, because basically they used to have Haaland and Alvarez. They can take out Haaland, bring in Alvarez. They don't have the same quality that they used to have, because it's not really easy to maintain this quality, keep him on the bench, have that kind of a guy on the bench. Can you imagine having somebody that is able to move for 70 million on a bench? That is honestly not heard of. I don't know how they are able to maintain it, but subsequently they somehow the guy don't come off for there. He has left Manchester. They've agreed the deal, and probably is leaving Manchester City. Now, moving to the next rumor also that I'm looking at here, that is also on Daniel Olmo. And Olmo also, I can see, has agreed a 6-year deal, with Barcelona. I think this is according to Fabrizio Romano, and I'm going to read from his tweet. It said, exclusive, Daniel Olmo to Barcelona. Here we go. Verbal agreement is in place, and after key mission to Leipzig for Barcelona director, Deco made the deal on 50. Deal is for 55 million euros guarantee package plus 7 million in add-on. the main part of the reach. Omo agreed a 6-year deal valid till 2030. So, but the question is, I still used to ask. The question I used to ask is, how does Barca get the money, to sign all these players? Even though we keep complaining that they have financial whatever, but they're able to get all these deals done. Remember, they're trying to get Nico Williams, and they are still also getting Dani Olmo for this amount of money. Looking at all this, I feel like I don't still understand how they are able, to keep maintaining that. I don't know. Well, it's probably left to their kind, but overall, the latest news on transfer is that Dani Olmo will be moving to Barcelona. That is, here we go, from Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio Romano himself, I think from his last tweet, I think that he has that. And looking at that, I think there was a kind of rumor linking him to Manchester City. I don't know what's going on, but I think recently I was reading a story that telling me that because I don't know what is wrong with Manchester City, because they can't seem to sign player. Could it be that the fair play rule or the issue they have already with them is on? I don't know, but I don't know what's wrong. But Man City are moving very, very slow in the market at the moment. Now, another transfer I want to look at is West Ham transfer, and that is Füllkrug of Dortmund. Yes, Füllkrug of Dortmund, which will move to West Ham. I moved to West Ham. I think the deal was confirmed yesterday, and I was looking at that. I think it's a good buy for West Ham, but I don't know. I'm still considering this age. I think club are moving towards the module of young players. I don't know how West Ham are still getting them. Well, if he does the job, I think it's a good one. Another one I'm seeing here is Mikel Moreno. I don't know the Mikel Moreno for Arsenal. The deal is going to be a perfect one, because we know that Arsenal is having issues with the left-hand side of their midfield, and they actually need to get somebody there. Now, I was of the opinion that Zinchenko could have played that particular point if they get a blocking for, since we now have Arsenal has a left back, and if Zinchenko can come into the middle, probably wouldn't need to say money. But it seems that Arteta has other ideas and is willing to get, what is necessary, to get the job done. Because this year, I don't think there is any excuse, for Arsenal not to at least try to win this league. So putting that aside and looking at it, there's something I actually want to discuss, and that is the issue of Chelsea. I actually want to look into the issue of Chelsea. Now, I still don't know how Chelsea is going to cope with this season, but I'm always of the opinion that Chelsea have decided to go through the model of young kids, and they have acquired a lot of them, and they have their squad. They have a bloated squad right now, and they have a very young coach. I still don't understand how they are going to cope, trying to, measure this player in order for them to play good football for them. They have some already with them, and they have added more. And I can still see in the transfer market, we can see that they are still linked to many players like Omerida on the striker, the Atletico Madrid striker. They are still opening. We're expecting that. I still want to imagine. I still want to look at how I expect them to actually, I'm wondering how they will manage that team. Anyway, that is for Chelsea. I don't know. Like I said in one of the previous videos, I said, when you have so many players, even you will have problem in fitting them in, because it's somehow, I don't know how you are going to be able to make them. But I'm going to look. I'm interested to look at how Chelsea is going to cope this season. But overall, I still don't see them making it top four. Like I said in my previous video, I said, for me, top four, I will not arrange in any order. I will not say maybe 1 to 4. I know Arsenal will be in the top 4. I know Manchester City will be in the top 4. Before the end of the season, when the market is done, I will arrange them properly. But I know Arsenal will be in the top 4. I know Manchester City will be in the top 4. And I think United will make top 4. because if he doesn't, I feel it is a sack for him. I think there's nothing. I am already not convinced of Ten Hag in the first place, but if he doesn't make top 4, I don't see a reason why I'm not a United fan, but I don't think this guy is good enough to, maintain those players that might, because Manchester United have actually also gotten some quality players who I feel, their problem has been defense, and they've actually sorted that out. So moving on to Chelsea, still finishing up on Chelsea. Chelsea will have serious problem, getting these players, to also put them together. That's what I feel, and I feel they will not be in the top 4. And I think it will be Manchester City, Arsenal. I think I will see Manchester United in the top 4, and maybe one either Tottenham or Aston Villa will be in the top 4. But by the time the transfer market is closed and I've seen the player that everybody has acquired, then I will be sure of what is happening. I can now properly arrange my top 4, because right now a lot of madness can still take place in the transfer market. Now, still looking into the transfers, I saw another one, and that one that is noted is the movement of Pascal Gross. Pascal Gross of Brighton, moving to Borussia Dortmund. I don't actually like discussing most of rumors. I prefer those transfer that has been, completed. But overall, I feel that is a good move for him. Probably he goes to a club that plays in the Champions League, and I used to believe that Pascal Gross is quality and that. And another one I want to speak about is Nicolas Pepe moving to Villarreal. I don't know. Has moved to Villarreal. It's actually funny, the way he's training well. But I wish him well. I hope he does well there. And also, yes, I want to talk about Liverpool. Yes, Liverpool. I don't know what's going on. And one of the reasons why I did not put Liverpool in my top 4 is because I feel they have a new coach and they might likely struggle. And apart from that, they are the only ones who have not been active in the market. So I am imagining and I'm looking at how they are going to cope, because you have a new manager. Well, I know I just need to hold on, wait for the transfer window to close. Probably Aston Villa and Tottenham, I might still have to take them out of the top 4 and put Liverpool. But I feel the slot just needs something, because you can't just give him that squad that is totally being managed by Klopp and expect him to actually get a perfect result by it, or make the top 4 or the rest of them. I don't know, but I don't know how he's going to acquire that. Is how possible that is. But I still see, I don't know, putting Liverpool in the top 4. Liverpool is on standby, and I know one way or the other, I'm expecting something to come out from them. Maybe at the end of the transfer window, maybe Liverpool can still cook us something. If they do, they are likely to be in top 4, because I know the quality of Mo Salah, the quality of Trent Alexander-Arnold, and McAllister in the midfield, plus Van Dijk and the rest of them, Alisson Becker. Those guys are world-class players, and I feel like they should be able to get the team well across. And looking at the transfer, I think there's not been much in the transfer market generally, because basically everybody is just watching, waiting, and trying to, cut corners. Look at the easiest way, to cut corners and make sure that you get a good buy in the market. Well, that is that for the transfer. Now, don't forget to subscribe, like the channel, and whatever thing you feel we can do to improve the channel, please don't forget to leave that in the comment section. What are your opinions concerning what we have discussed in the comment section? You can put that in the comment section. Please subscribe, like the channel, and share. And don't forget, I told us that this season we've decided on Footballfanview to go out there, for you. We're going to go out there to the street of Ekiti, down here, and we're going to get the opinions of people. We're going to hear match reactions from people, starting from this Saturday. We're going to upload. We're going to be having some weekly uploads of reactions of football fans here in Ekiti State. So don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. I'll see you on the next one. Blessed.